Abortion. It is a topic which arouses much controversy in many people due to the fact that many tend to think in different ways. It is believed to be immoral and not a good option into dealing with a pregnancy. I personally believe that abortion should be legal because sometimes there are serious reasons in why the woman wants to abort. Some of these can include the fact that the woman was raped, that there may be some type of health issue with the woman or with the baby, and that if the woman is forced to carry a child she doesn't want, the baby can end up being unwanted. In the case of rape, it wasn't the woman's decision at all. It's just something that happened unexpectedly and that they kind of had no control over. Sometimes they're not even ready for it at all. According to an article by Jennifer Simone in the MS Magazine website, it talks about an 11-year-old little girl who was raped in Chile and was not allowed to have an abortion because the government didn't let her. I believe the government shouldn't interfere in these types of situations because in this case, the girl has no type of responsibility at all, and much less is she going to have it on a baby. The baby will be a constant reminder of that horrific moment that she went through, and it's going to be very traumatic for her throughout her life. Also, many women and girls are forced to raise children they don't want, and this can lead to the baby being unwanted. Most of the babies who are unwanted are put up for adoption. As stated in the website creatingafamily.org, only 135,000 children are adopted each year, which means many of them are left waiting. They're waiting for something that might never happen. They're waiting for a family. They're kind of asking themselves questions as to why they're there or who their real parents are. It's going to be very hard for them throughout their life because, like I said, sometimes they're not even adopted. The baby can also be abandoned. We've always heard different types of stories in the news, in the internet, of women who abandon their children in streets, alleys, and trash cans. Most of the time, the baby ends up dying. So why not just legalize abortion so we can prevent all this from happening? Lastly, the baby might suffer from child abuse. If the government forces a woman to have a child she doesn't want, we don't know for sure that the woman's going to take care of the child and love it. Maybe sometimes she can beat the child physically and psychologically, in such an extent that maybe the baby or the child is going to wish they weren't born at all. Though not all abortions occur because the baby is unwanted. Sometimes it happens because there is some type of health issue with the woman or with the baby. In the website salon.com, there's an article by Mickey Kendall, which tells the story of a woman who almost lost her life because the doctor refused to do an abortion. She was told it was a high-risk pregnancy, but she said she wanted to make it work. One night she started bleeding and was rushed to the hospital. The baby was going to die anyways, but the doctor didn't want to do an abortion because he said he didn't do abortions at all. They wanted to save the baby's life instead of saving her life, and at the end, they ended up doing the abortion, which kind of saved her life. But though there's not always reasons or situations in which the woman survives, in the website gawker.com, there's an article by Neeson Zimmerman, and in this case, it's about a woman in Ireland who died after being denied abortion. She was told she was miscarrying and that the baby had no chance of survival. However, when she went to the hospital, they found a heartbeat on the baby, and they were trying to do everything to save the baby's life. She was told that they weren't going to do an abortion because Ireland is believed to be a very Catholic country. They cared more about the baby's life, who might end up dying, than about hers. They waited 3 days, and at the end it was too late. The woman ended up dying of blood poisoning. Though not in all cases do the health issues happen in the woman. Sometimes the baby can have health issues. In the website about.com, there is an article by Chrissy Danielson which talks about different types of health issues that babies can have. In the health issue anencephaly, half of the babies who are diagnosed with it will not be born, and the other half might die within a few hours or days. I believe that it is very harsh to force a woman to carry a child in her stomach for 9 months when at the end everybody knows it's going to die. It's going to be bad for the baby because they may end up suffering, and also for the woman because she might see the baby suffer little by little. In chromosomal conditions such as trisomy 13 and trisomy 18, the baby will have a short lifespan. 90% of babies with this condition are not likely to pass age 1, and during their life cycle will be dealing with health problems and medical interventions. In these types of situations, it's very bad to let the baby live because, like I mentioned, it's going to be very hard on the mother, seeing her baby suffer day by day. And if the baby does survive, they're going to be attached probably to a bed or to different types of connections in a hospital, which will make them suffer more and more each day. I believe that abortion should be legal because at the end, the woman is the one who is going to end up raising her baby, not us.